Hi everybody. In the last video we got this base cabinet, and we got this cabinet from a base sink cabinet. So what we did was we added the back, and we also updated the rear stretcher. We put it on regular side because the one for the base sink is a little bit smaller or narrower. So today what we are going to do is to create the box for this drawer that we have, and we're going to set all those parameters that we need to get the drawer, and we want to keep this cabinet to be completely parametric. So everything that we are going to create has to be controlled by parameters. So I believe I have in my mind all the parameters that we are going to need. So I'm going to update the list of parameters, and if I forgot some of them, we could create them later on the design. So let's start. So to save some time on the video, I just updated the parameters, the list of parameters, and these ones are the one that I added over here. You just click over here, this plus sign, and write the name of the parameter and the value. So the ones that I added now was the slides thickness. For those regular half-inch side slides, we just use no half-inch. We use always a little bit more. So we put over here 0.535 of an inch. That's the space that we are going to have between the outside panel and the drawer box on each side. I set over here another one, the slides length. With that length, it's going to be also the length of the box, the drawer box. I put over here another one for the drawer box material thickness. We use a regular 50 millimeters melamine, and that's 0.59 inches. So we added over here the drawer box bottom thickness, and we use 6 millimeter melamine. So that is a 0.2362 inches. The drawer box clearance, bottom clearance, that's the space that we need to have some space between the bottom of the box and the drawer division. So we set that to 1/2 inch. You could set it whatever you want, you like, or whatever you use. And the drawer box upper clearance is the space, the empty space between the upper side of the box, the drawer box, and the top of the cabinet. That's gonna be 2 inches. And just for me to be easier on some calculation, on some parameters, I calculated the horizontal opening of this cabinet. And what I did over here, we didn't put any value over here. We just called the width of this cabinet, and we subtracted 2 times the cabinet material thickness, which is the 2 outside panels, the 2 end panels of the cabinet. So everything between them is going to be the horizontal opening. You don't put a value over here, you just put the expression with this calculation, and that's what I did over here. I think we could start editing this left side panel. I'm going to edit this one because I want to add the some drawer box parts on this same sketch. So let's go ahead. I know I have over here the position for the drawer division, and I have this little part that we call it top frame rail. We have the upper horizontal stretcher. So we have, this is the one on the front and this is the one on the back. So we need to construct our drawer box in this space, but we wanted to keep the box between those 2 points. So we don't want to hit any of these points. What we are going to do is, let's create a rectangle. As we are creating this, we don't want to have any constraint set at the time we are building this rectangle. So keep in mind not to try to get a constraint anywhere right now. So I'm going to set over here this dimension, which is going to be from the bottom, from the drawer division, this one over here. Oh, sorry, let me select, I'm going to hit escape. Let me select before this line. I need to select this line first, and now I'm going to select the drawer division line. I know I need to call this the bottom drawer bottom clearance. That's one of the parameters that we just set, and as you remember is 1/2 inch. So right now we could put this front line over here, collinear to the front, or we could add some little space between the actual front of the cabinet. Actually, I'm just gonna constrain that one to the front of the cabinet for now. I don't know what happened. Oh, sorry. I'm not doing that correctly. I need to hit over here, collinear, this one with this one. Okay. Now I'm going to set the length of the drawer box, and it's going to be from the back to the front. And over here we're going to put slides length. So that's going to be our drawer box length. Okay. So we are not going to put any height of the box. So the height of the box, we're going to leave it empty, because we have 2 measurements, one for the bottom clearance and one for the upper clearance. So if I try to add another one for the bottom, the actual height of the side of the box, of the drawer box, it's not gonna work like that. So we just forget about this distance and let the system to calculate that automatically, because we already have we need some clearance set, the one on the bottom and the one on the upper side. So I'm going to put over here, from here to here, I'm going to put 2 inches, and that is upper clearance, drawer box upper clearance. Okay, now we have, if you want to check, or if you want to know which is the height of the box, you could create a driven dimension, and I'm going to show you right now. I just hit over here dimensions, so I'm going to hit from here, and over constrain a sketch. The dimension will over constrain the sketch. Create a driven dimension instead, and that's what we are going to do. So this one is just for info, but you are not setting over here anything. Just for you to know that it's going to be 3.5 inches. If you wanted to have a deeper drawer box on the upper side, so you just update that parameter. So let me update it to the drawer box upper clearance. Let me update it to 1 inch. Hit OK over here, and as you can see over here, it's going to be 4.5 inches. The depth of the height of the drawer box side, and you're just going to have 1 inch from the upper drawer box to this part over here, the top frame rail over here. So I think right now that's the only thing we need. Let me finish over here the sketch, and we wanted to sorry guys, we need to see the sketch. So I'm gonna click over here, and I'm going to, for now, I'm going to hide this left side panel, and with this I'm going to create a side of the drawer box. So I'm going to hit the extrude command over here, and I'm going to select this rectangle that we just did. So we're going to put over here a new component, and on the distance of the extrude we are going to set over here, we are starting from the bottom, new component, and we are going to head up on this little form that comes up when you hit the extrude command. So on the distance of this extrude, it's going to be the drawer box material thickness. So I just type over here material and find the drawer box material thickness. Okay. This one over here could get a little bit confused. So we are starting this extrude not from the actual sketch, which is on the outside of the cabinet. We are going to start offset. So what we are going to put over here is first the cabinet material thickness, which is the thickness of the left side panel, plus the slide thickness, which is the space that we are going to need between the left side panel and the actual drawer box. And that's all we need for now. I'm going to hit OK. And I already have over here my drawer box side. So I'm going to find this last component, and I'm going to name it drawer box side. Okay, now what I'm going to do is to create another sketch on this end, on this side of this drawer box side, and that's going to be a lot easier for us. We could create those profiles on the other sketch that we were working before, but it's a lot easier to work with the new sketch right here, so you don't get confused later on when we need to do some modifications or anything like that. So we will just create over here, create sketch, and we will hit over here, and let's hide some of these parts so we could see better. We'll hide that one. I think that's okay with this one. Let me have hide the drawer also. Okay, I'm fine to work over here. So we have this drawer box side, and we are going to create the ends, the back end and the front end. So let's create some rectangles, and this time we wanted to have this constraint to the same side of the drawer box end side. So we'll constrain over here on this, over here, and we'll put the thickness of the material, drawer box material thickness. We will constrain over here also on the bottom. But that's it. It's constrained over here, as you can see, and on the bottom also. Let me create another one. From here, constrain over here. Let's put the drawer box thickness, material thickness. Let's hit enter, and I hit enter before, so let me use this command, constrain coincidence. So I'm gonna hit over here and here, and that's constrained over here on the upper side and on the bottom. Now we will create a couple of more rectangles. Let me create another one from here to here, and we don't have it. We don't want to be constrained anywhere right now. Okay, so I just remembered that we need another parameter, and the one that we are going to need is the space that you usually use from for the bottom. So you wanted to have the bottom not over here. I mean, in our case, we like to have the bottoms a little bit upper, so we are going to need at least like 12 millimeters, which is almost half an inch. So let's go back to parameters, and let's put over here B, we're going to call it drawer box bottom recess, and let me find out 12 millimeters, and that is 0.4724. That's okay. Let's go back, and now we could constrain that one. We could add that dimension from here to the bottom of the drawer box, and we're gonna put over here drawer box bottom recess. Okay, and now we are going to use another parameter that we had set before, not today, and that is the data depth. We're gonna use that one again. So this one is gonna be a data on the drawer side, and as you can see over here, this one is gonna be a data on the front end and also on the back end. So we will need to set this distance from here to here, which is the data depth. We're going to set it over here, and we're going to call it data depth. That is 5/16 of an inch. We're going to do the same one over here, from here to here, data depth. Okay. And now we are going to add the other. Now let's set the thickness of this rectangle. This dimension over here. Oh, let me do it backwards, from the upper one to the one on the bottom, and that's gonna be the drawer box bottom material thickness plus air gap 2 times. Air gap, as you can see, as you remember from other videos, is a space that we need from one part that it's inserted into other one. We need a little space or clearance to have that to go in easy. So as you can see over here, the material thickness, it is 0.59 inches. And because we have the air gap set to 2 cents of an inch, it now comes over to 0.63 of an inch. So we will create now another rectangle inside of this one. We'll start from here, and we will go all the way to the back to here. Okay, and I'm going to put over here another dimension, which is from here to here, and I'm going to call this one inset. I'm going to put another dimension from here to here. No. From this line to this line. And this one is going to be the bottom material thickness. The drawer bottom material thickness. Drawer bottom material thickness. Okay. And as you can see, I made a mistake over here, because let me go over here. I put over here drawer box material thickness, and this is the data. The first rectangle that we did is the data for the drawer box bottom, which is now the drawer box material thickness. So we need to change this to drawer box bottom thickness. Drawer box bottom thickness. And now we have the correct measurement over here. So I have a little problem over here. Let me see if I could fix it with this dimension over here, adding this one to this one, and I'm going to call it air gap. Cancel. Let me call from here to here to see if it works. Air gap. Okay, now it's working. We need to add another one over here, from here to here, which is the inset of the bottom into the drawer front side. Inset. So as you can see, let me explain this better to you. The one on the outside is going to be the data for the drawer box bottom into the sides and into the front side, the front ends of the drawer box. And this rectangle on the inside is the actual bottom of the drawer box. As you can see, it has a little space to move around on the datas, and it has a little bit more of a space on the inside part, on the inset. I mean, there is 1/16 of an inch from here to here, because the data depth, it is set to 5/16 of an inch, and the inset is set to 1/4 of an inch. So there is 1/16 of an inch over here. And for the thickness, the air gap is set to 2 cents of an inch. So it's a lot less, but it worked very, very good for us. It's been working like that for us. So it's gonna work for you if you use the same values. So I think we are good to go over here with these profiles that we created. So let me hit over here finish the sketch. If anything happened, we just could come back to this sketch. We just, when you created a new sketch and you hit finish sketch, it will keep showing the sketch, so you could start creating bodies or components. That's why you could see it even if I hit finish sketch. So I will hit over here extrude command, and I'm going to select this profile. And what we have over here is, I'm just checking that we have everything correct. As you could see, it's going to create the channel for this data exactly as we designed it. So let's create this. It's going to be a new component, and it's going to be the distance. This is going to be a little bit confusing, so that's why we created the opening, horizontal opening parameter, so we could have this value over here and we won't have to write a lot. So what I'm going to do is I just type horizontal opening. We have that value. If I click over here, I know the value, which is 38.584 inches. So I'm going to subtract over here 2 times the the drawer box material thickness, which is the sides, the 2 sides of the drawer box. I'm going to subtract that from this distance that we already have over here. So it's going to be drawer box material thickness 2 times. I'm going to subtract over here the slide thickness. I'm going to subtract this 2 times also. That is the all that we need to subtract right now. So we're going to hit OK. As I tell you before, when we did the other extrude command, we put offset over here. But right now, because we are working with this new sketch right from the inside of the side of the drawer box, we don't need to offset. We are creating the parts right from there. And it's going to be a new component, like I said before. So I'm going to hit OK over here. And let me move this so we could see. As you could see, we have our back of the drawer box created. So let me create the front now. We will need to show the sketch again, and we will select this, and I'm going to rename this sketch. I'm going to put a drawer box. Drawer box sketch. Okay. Finish sketch. I'm going to select extrude command and this profile, which is the front of the drawer box. The distance is going to be the same, horizontal opening less the drawer box material thickness 2 times less the slice thickness 2 times. Okay, and now we have the front end of the drawer box. Let me change this view to the front so you could see better. You see that we have the box, and this is the space for the slides, and we have the bottom clearance over here, the parameter that we set before, and we have the upper also, the upper clearance. So let me go back to the sketch. Let me zoom over here, and let's create now the data on the drawer box side. So we'll hit the extrude command, and we need to close over here. We need to set over here cut, and we need to get real close because we need to select the outside part. We are creating the data now. This one we need to create everything. I mean select everything including the outside part, not this one also. Not only this one, everything. Okay. We are good to go. And right now we are going to add the distance of this cut, and it's going to be minus because it's going to be to the back of the sketch, and it's going to be minus data depth. It's going to be cutting into the drawer box side. I'm going to hit OK over here. I'm going to move it so we could see the data that we just created over here on this drawer box side. I'm sorry. So let's go back again. Now we are going to create I'm sorry everybody. Now we are going to create, let's hit over here extrude command again, and let's create a new component which is going to be the actual bottom of the drawer box. So we are now selecting only the inside rectangle, and we need to go to the back also to select this little part over here. Okay, and now it might be a little bit confusing, but let me explain it to you. The profile where we are going to start this extrude is offset because it's not going to start right from the box side. It's going to start a little bit inside. What we are going to do is to put over here minus inside. It's going to start a 1/4 of an inch inside of the side of this sketch, which is on the inside of the drawer box end. And the distance, and that might be confusing, but for not to be confused, what we are going to do is to select over here object to object, and we are going to select this. You could see that I'm selecting the side of the back end of the drawer box. I'm selecting this face, but I'm gonna need to not to create the bottom only to this face. I need to offset a little bit more, which is going to be the offset. It's going to be more, a little bit more than this face. So we will put over here the parameter inset on the offset. Inset which is a parameter that we already set before. And we are good to go. Let me hit OK over here, and we will check if everything is okay with a little movement over here. Sorry, it's moving too fast. Up. I moved the backs up. Okay. As you could see, we will check this. We're gonna hit over here, inspect, measure, and from here, from this face, which is the front end of the drawer box, to this face, which is the drawer bottom, it has to be 1/4 of an inch, which is 1/4 of an inch, which is the value of the inset that we are using. So that was real easy. I think we need to we could hide this drawer box sketch now, and to do the right side of this drawer box, I don't want it to actually do it. I will just create a mirror, and because we already created the data and everything, it will just make a mirror with all those features, so we don't have to recreate them. So I'm going to select this one, drawer box side. I want to make sure that I already named that component, so the mirror is going to be named correctly. To create this one, I'm going to have to show the construction with the middle. We will show a middle plane that we created before. This one, you just show over here construction, and that will show you all the planes, the construction planes that you created before. So let me hit over here, mirror. The component I already have it selected, and I'm going to click over here on mirror plane, click, and I'm going to select this plane, which is the middle of the cabinet. I'm going to hit OK, and now I have my other drawer box height. If I click over here, I could show now the right side panel of the cabinet, and I could see the drawer box right in the middle of this space. Is everything neat? It's not hitting anywhere. It's not hitting nothing in the bottom and nothing on the upper side. And as you could see, everything is fine. If you update the width of this cabinet, let me do that. The width of the cabinet is set to 40 inches now. So let me set it up to 30 inches. And let me see. Everything is working fine, as you could see. Okay, so let me put a front view again, and I'm gonna show the drawer front, and that's okay for now. I hope you like this video. If you like the video, please subscribe, hit the like button. That will help me a lot, and that will keep me motivated to keep doing these videos. If you have any questions, just write a comment, and I will be pleased. I will be happy to write back to you. If you have any suggestions or any requests, put it on the comments or contact me. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you. Bye.